Still don't understand what I'm supposed to do, by the way. Like, I think that you're supposed to land on there, right? And you can't, though. Understandably, I guess. I don't know if it's really that understandably, but I'm gonna use this and then I'm gonna look. See if there's anything that... Is there a way to go around? Is that what I'm getting at here? Where am I? Okay. There's not a way to go around. Never mind. I lied. I did believe that maybe that's, you know, like there's a way, but I guess not. Question the citizens about the infection. Okay, we shall do that. Still, not all scouts are enemies. Wait, where the fuck? Oh, there he is. I don't know why he walked back and forth.
Good evening, old chap.
I won't lie to you.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district.
Shit.
Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there?
I mean, were they allowed before?
Do you need...
We still don't have that, so goodbye. Wait, can we buy, like...
And good...
Hold on. So many of these, but nothing we can do.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district.
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys. A nice family.
Good.
She's been quite...
Wait, why did this guy walk?
Anything suspicious recently? Remember, don't let any strangers come into your house.
Why is he knocking on the door to... I mean, we don't know whose house it is, but they're knocking on the door and they're like...
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
Hi.
Lord, give us...
Kill him, kill you. Get that fucking torch off me, bro. Torch is... Oh. I didn't even see him, the fuck. Whoop, whoop.
It's locked, all right.
Of course it is. Oh, fucking course it is. Okay. I don't know if I want to go that way. I mean... I'll go there in a minute. There we go. There's a lot of shit in here. Even though we did come here before. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's just because
This woman's body has multiple lacerations.
I didn't even see her until
They're
now.
deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage.
I don't know if it's a scowl.
He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a scowl. Scowls would just kill him. There's blood. It's downstairs, so we'll go down the stairs basically.
This one's neck is broken. He was young.
Probably
the
the
son.
Wouldn't you hear him yell? I mean, maybe that's just me. What? There was no. Oh, I was trying to loot, and you know that happened. Yeah, we're gonna kill this scout. This scout's crazy.
I was dead too, didn't you? No, I was just pretending. Doris told me I could have been a great actress.
You killed your family.
They mocked my talent.
Okay.
I've never seen such a radical mutation.
Okay.
Could it
Yeah,
be
we
a
have
new
actually,
stage in the disease's evolution? So, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
She was fucking crazy though. Not all scouts are like that. That's the thing. That's all that was really here. Is there a hideout nearby? To the left. Wait, this left? Is that right? Yeah, okay. Took literally straight ahead. Maybe it's not. I thought it was right here, but I guess these doors are openable, I'm guessing. This is our house, by the way. Just wanna mention that.
Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
Oh, I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate you.
Not well, I'm afraid, sir.
I'm
Miss
kidding.
Reed is very fragile since the
Try to
police
move
brought
around
her
and get
back
comfortable.
home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
She did.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir. But your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I am sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
Oh, fuck.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
What happened
This
to
house
our father,
is
though?
dead, Avery.
Because I thought
There is a
he ran
curse
away
on
when he
this
was young
family.
or some shit.
You really should consider
Maybe he
leaving.
died. I don't
If
even know.
only you could have been here sooner
Man.
or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
What about her sister? What do you mean it wasn't Ento?
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Sure.
Do you really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have
Not his
something more to
fault.
say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
My home is here, and I have nowhere else to go. But this house will need some improvements if I move here. Some radical changes.
Literally.
That's good news. Whatever changes you have in mind, I'm sure we will find an arrangement that suits your mother also.
Okay.
Do you need medical attention, Avery?
Thank you, but
I'm currently investigating sources of the epidemic in this part of town. Do you know anything useful?
not really.
Oh, McPhur's.
All the
Since-
McPherson's servants resigned a few days ago. They feared becoming infected, they said.
The McPhersons? Where do they live?
I think it's a rich house near the railway bridge in the southern part of the district.
Goodbye.
Of course, Mr.
Of course. He's so slow, bro. Feels so awkward talking to him sometimes. See if my mother's actually okay. She doesn't sound. Yeah, she's fine. We'll speak to her soon. I explore first.
I cannot enter.
Hey, Mom. How are you? Well, found the hideout. Before I can do that, let's speak to her.
Mother. Good evening.
Jonathan, is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Okay.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once.
Yeah, you did.
And you were there too.
Yeah.
And Mary? No. That can't be true.
Little do you know.
It's just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes.
Yep,
Mary
totally.
was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
What? But you were at the station, and that wouldn't have mattered as
Tell
much
me,
as
Mother,
if
how
we were
are you?
still walking.
All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you
I'm gonna
don't
be
tell me
honest,
when
it's
you
really
come
not his
or go.
fault.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, the Thames, and then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
I was attacked, Mother. And I've not been the same since.
The important thing is that you finally returned home. I was worried, you know. You were the last member of the family of whom I had no news. Even Mary comes more often than you.
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your
Powerful,
sister?
thank you for subscribing. How are you? Mary's dead. I'm not dead.
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson? And my son-in-law? You're all gone. But you all still visit
Good
me
to
from
know.
time to time.
My pleasure. Yeah, thank you. It means a lot, honestly.
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you, trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you, as pale as my Mary.
How does she think one thing's a nightmare, but thinks that Mary's alive but dead, and I'm alive but dead?
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay
Confusing.
with me, Jonathan.
What you up to,
Your
powerful?
room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I
Wait,
can,
really?
I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty and dead eyes.
They're not that empty, to be honest.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts.
I feel it.
It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure
They could
you'd
meet.
like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous?
She dead
Is
too.
she dead too?
She's
Yes.
not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
You know what? Sounds good. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. But I honestly, if there's like a choice between relationships, yes, I would ship Jonathan to be with Lady Ashbury.
You think Avery is right?
Ashbury, whatever
Do you
you
think I
gotta
should
say.
take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son.
I think
A
that
mother
would
should
work
not
out.
survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
You're still alive, and I'm still alive, even though I'm technically dead. I'll protect you. I am a threat to you. Not really. I don't belong here anymore. I'll protect you.
I know I have failed you since I returned. I even watched you bury Mary from a distance. From now on, I will protect you. You have my word.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Okay, sounds good. Wait, what? Oh, it's just a hint that we don't know.
Do you need my...
I'm all right.
Goodbye, Mother.
Well,
Try to rest now.
Goodbye,
that was
son.
a pretty decent
Please
conversation
come
with
back
her. I thought it would be something else. Can we go in there? Can we go in there? Fuck. I thought that was really in there. Was the shillings? What's going on here? Oh shoot! We can finally. Well, never mind. These are not what I thought they were. Go back in here. Somebody's outside of this house shouting for help. Let's make 12. 12. That's all we can make of that. Okay. And then recycle all of these. I just realized I should have went to upgrades first, not recycled. That was dumb of me. Oh well. It's fine. It's all good. Sleep. We have 4,000 XP. Holy shit. Where is, what was it called? Is it this? That's what we needed. Our health is fully upgraded almost, right? No, it's not. Not really. I mean, it's gonna cost 2,000, 4,000. So about 7,000. Blood capacity, 5% more blood. Just 300. Wait till we get 1,000, or ultimate. We haven't even done any of this. Trying to think what to do. Stamina definitely should increase this a lot higher. Let's go all the way, right? Wait, no. We don't have. Bro. Health then, fuck it. It's fine. And then with the points we have left, let's go to, yes, bite, I think, if it's 300. No, it's 600. Oh, fuck. Let's just do this, 300. Okay, there we go. Now we have 120 left, and confirm. Okay, so there's a person outside of our house that we need to speak to. Somebody's yelling for help. That's basically what I mean by that. So we got this up to 88%. I don't know if it's because we met more people or what, but we still don't have migraine treatment, so that sucks. What was that? Small key. But what is the key for? Before we leave our house, I got a feeling that key goes somewhere. Wait. There's 2 doors. I saw that.
It's locked.
Well, I have the key, don't I? So we got a key, but I don't know what the key's for. Oh, okay. Oh, found it. It's basically,
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
Can we ask about the Sunday
Hello,
walks? About your family? About your father?
Father seems to have left me some documents. Some sort of treasure hunt game. Do you know anything about them?
No, Johnny. But your father always loved to write these little games for you when you were a boy. Don't you remember?
I remember now.
I don't think that was a
He used to
conversation
post me these
thing
riddles,
before I got that.
as though they were sent by a mysterious games master. I'd spend weeks trying to decipher them.
Your father was always so proud each time you found the answer. He was not just the serious doer banker everybody thought he was.
I was proud too. How could I forget that?
The important thing is that you remember it now. I'll tell your father the next time I see him. He'll be so happy.
He'll be so happy.
Could Father have conceived some sort of final game for me before he left?
I really can't say, Johnny. Perhaps you should talk with Avery about that. He was your father's confidant, more than I.
Okay, good to know.
Goodbye, Ma.
Goodbye, son.
That might be a good thing that we've learned that. So we gotta speak to Avery, which she should be in here, I think.
Rumors of abductions in the West End at night. That can't be true.
Hello, Avery.
Yes, Mr. Jonathan?
Personal questions.
I found an old letter written by my father and addressed to me. Do you know anything about it, Avery?
Your father wanted me to give you this letter for your 35th birthday, but you left for the war, and the letter remained in his office until tonight.
I realize now you knew my father better than I did. Do you know why he left, Avery? Did he ever speak to you about his departure?
No, sir. Mr. Reed was not exactly forthcoming. Perhaps this letter will give you the information you require.
Perhaps.
Goodbye.
I must didn't see those shillings on my way out. Not gonna lie. Who is the girl yelling for help?
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Doctor. I'm Jonathan
I'm
Reed.
Doctor.
Welcome, Dr.
I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to my humble shop.
Your life. Tell me about the
How is
neighborhood.
situation in this part of town?
They can give
Life
me
is
like
good and
influences on
peaceful.
other people, so
We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
it's false.
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimating the situation. Things are critical, believe me.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
No.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Sure.
Finding a good restaurant. Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
To my teeth, to my belly.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
I got you.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect
I still want to
hour.
figure out the situation
Believe
with
me, my friend,
Emily, I think
it is
her name
always
is.
at night that you meet the most
We gotta figure out how to
fascinating
get in their house and then figure out like what's.
But what
up
about
with
the
it.
epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
So you prefer to work at night?
I do too, actually.
I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
What does that mean? Translator, please. Personal questions. Do you have family?
Do you
nearby?
have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Are you lonely?
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered
Dude, my
ecstasy as
character's
a
fucking
solitary
sick.
pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Back. I think that.
Do you need medical?
There is no need for that.
Okay.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this
Let me give me
district.
more information for
Have you
different
noticed
houses.
anything unusual?
Not really.
Yep, he didn't.
Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
Oh yes. I know what we're talking about. Is there no secrets in here? Damn, there really isn't. Wait, what's that?
It's locked, all right.
Of course. Let's peek. Is this the person I rescued in the tunnels? It looks like it.
Good evening, Miss T.
Yes, it was.
How have you been since you returned home?
Dr. Reed. Oh, thank God you returned safely from these awful streets. I was so worried about my father that I left without thanking you properly.
Please don't mention it, miss.
Good. I found him, you know. My dad. Or what was left of him. I think my abductor intended to do the same thing to me.
What do you do for a living, Miss Teasdale?
Before my kidnapping, I was a waitress in a pub. Now I'm unemployed.
Were you fired?
No. It's just that after my recent experience, I don't feel like I can go back to my normal life. I need to do something useful.
Be very careful,
Go
Miss
to the
Teasdale.
hospital.
You were lucky to escape death.
Help
once,
everybody.
But
Just
vampires
kidding.
lurk everywhere.
I don't know.
You killed my
I mean,
kidnapper by yourself, didn't you? No offense,
she can't
doctor,
really
but
do
you're just a
like
doctor.
much.
I don't see why I couldn't do the same.
She couldn't. She can't do much, but like
What do you
she
intend
could
to
still
do?
like
Dad
do shit
always
at the
told me,
hospital.
Louise,
And still help
if you
people
want
out.
something,
You don't need a
don't
fucking...
stop until you have it. I
Oh,
did my research and I found it. Ichabod Throgmorton, professional vampire hunter.
oh
I'll
God.
be his apprentice.
Oh no. No, you won't.
What can you tell me about this
Don't
area?
be a
I've never really
apprentice.
liked this part of town. It was where
Ugh.
my father wanted to live. I won't remain.
You know,
here
all
much
she had to
longer.
do was
What
watch
exactly
me
don't
kill
you
the
like?
vampire, and she would
People
know
here
that
are
I'm a vampire
contemptuous and
too.
elitist.
No,
My
vampires
dad
are
always
bad.
said, Louise, always treat people like you want them to treat you.
Unfortunately, she does not know that. Personal questions. You seem to cherish your
You
father.
seem to cherish your father. a
Before I
great
ask the
deal.
other ones.
Dad was the best. He kept an eye on me, but let me make my own mistakes. Louise he used to say, mistakes are the best teacher.
She's not wrong.
You would have liked him.
I'm sorry you didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye.
That's all right. He's buried in consecrated ground now.
That was quick.
Nothing bad can happen to him.
Why did your father feel guilty? He seemed so eager to welcome you back, as though he'd done something wrong.
Last time we saw each other, we had a terrible argument. I left the house and ended up in a pub. That's where the vampire met me. Dead drunk.
I see.
We argued a lot, me and Dad.
Oop, sorry.
But he always
Oh my-
came home. I'm sure that's why he went to find me. He knew something bad had happened.
He never gave up on you.
Your father never gave up on you. In the end, he risked everything to save the daughter he loved.
Yeah, that was my dad. Tough bastard, just like me. Even if I'd broken his leg, he would have gone looking for me.
What do you mean?
That last argument we had, it was more of a fight, actually. He slapped me and I kicked him hard in the balls.
Okay.
Louise, what can you tell me about the vampire who captured you?
The little fucker claimed he'd fallen in love with me. That he
Who,
wanted
he
to
did?
spend eternity with me. Not a bad idea. At least that's the way it seemed at first.
Really?
Wait. I'm gonna say this now. Okay. My character was like, yo, I fell in love with you, you know? Like, to a human. I feel like since my character can control himself and isn't like, you know, like eating everybody he sees, it wouldn't be that bad. But you don't even know if you can trust her yet. You don't know if you really love her then.
Did you consider accepting his proposal?
Well, immortality. Not a common wedding gift, is it? I think he just wanted to have his way with me.
Yeah.
Can vampires even fuck, Doctor?
What? Well, I really can't answer that.
They probably can, but
Well,
probably
since they are
only-
creatures of blood. Physically speaking, I suppose.
Yeah.
Erection is possible, but
he's actually
Don't feel
questioning.
embarrassed, Dr. Reed. I was just asking.
It's like she knew we were a vampire in secret. No, I'm kidding. Thing is, with Lady Ashbury, me and her have a relationship, so physically, technically, it's possible, probably. Most likely. I mean, it does make sense. I don't see why it wouldn't be
do
possible.
you need my medical...
I don't need your help specifically.
Fuck, of course not.
I will... Goodbye.
Still don't have the fucking 3 we need. It's like, they're all similar, like migraine headache.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I'll speak to her about anything.
Good evening.
If we have
Good.
anything that is, no.
Goodbye.
She's been...
Yeah, and if we can't, okay, if two vampires can't have kids, which I believe it's possible, though if it would probably more like Van Helsing, the movie, where a lot of the times their kids turned into like, or was that Van Helsing? No, it was a different movie. Their babies would die off, and maybe it was Van Helsing. I don't even know, bro. But their babies would die off, and it was not possible for two vampires to have kids. But technically,